part of our story, but yeah, it is back to the main discussion is like, the, of course we talk in a little bit in, our understanding of the Western world before we actually making our own move.
Absolutely.
And what is your understanding of the Western world, that we're living in? And obviously, maybe even though you're not planning to leave the country, but there is something, or there is something that you learn it, from the maybe school or history, whatever. What is something that you heard, you seen is too different?
Well, there are many things that which you hear in a story and in factual when we experience it, they're different. It's like a package, Let's try to make it simpler. It's a package,
100%.
When you order something online, when it arrives at your home, it's a different thing, When you see something visually on your PC or on your laptop or your cell phone, you understand? It's not the same thing. Imagine, let's say there is a pretty lady, on the phone, let's say on the social media, a pretty lady, we all related, or pretty boy, I don't know, girl, this for you, you understand? And I'm scrolling, let's say I see a pretty lady and I go through her profile, we call it checking, we check, and this woman is too sexy not to be true. So once you meet in person, sometimes you can be disappointed. Even vice versa for the man, you understand?
Yeah.
This man looks puffy, he looks, sexy, he looks with the hair, and once you meet him, he's like bald like me, no hair. So that's the way it is, The way it is, as I told you, you understand? My understanding was exactly how we see in a tablet is different thing. It's so much democracy. It's a package, you understand?
Yeah.
But you have to break down what the democracy exactly means. Maybe we have to get 3-4 lessons. I can see you looking at my bald head. Yeah. But, and here is the thing, it's a package that we need to process, we need to digest, we need to, it's a package. It's a totally different world from what I understand and from what I have perspective. I don't have much understanding, but from what I was thinking in my own brain, you understand, not because somebody else told me, but in my own brain, you understand, I was thinking maybe it's a bit different, but reality is quite harsh here, you understand, especially when you can first time, it's quite harsh to adapt the society, to be part of the society, to how do you say, move with the society, to step with the society forward in terms of work, in terms of education, in terms of how do you say, integration
system, language.
Exactly. So it takes time, it takes time, or you're not gonna immerse directly, there are certain steps you have to take. So it's part of life also. For example, if I take one guy from Europe to Africa, the first week you're gonna get paranoia, you understand? You're gonna have a nightmare, you understand? He knows that there is no electricity on time, you understand? You know that you cannot use social media, especially if I take you to Eritrea, there is no social media, you understand? Especially if you don't live in the capital. In the capital, maybe there is some social media. So you will be paranoid. The first week is like a nightmare. You just wake up, you just scratch your ball, you understand? You cannot scroll, you understand? Exactly. And the ladies, they do this because they don't have the balls, just jokes aside, I'm trying to make it funny for the people watching, but in general, you understand, it is what it is, it's vice versa, it works vice versa. If you take a European person to Africa, it depends which part of in Europe. Also, there are people that they came from Western Europe, they have this hard struggle life, you understand, so they can adapt faster. So we adapt faster, some people break down, you understand. So it's the way it is. Our understanding is quite different, but in reality now we are to a point. We're trying to learn. It's always about a learning curve. We're learning a lot about different people, like the multi-society. Multi-society by itself also, it's a multiculture. So we're trying to learn that multiculture. That multiculture has multi on it. You understand? So we're learning. Things are going fast, and we're learning into it, and sometimes it's quite difficult. The language is a big barrier, so it's a big borders between a person. For example, a language itself is enough for you to understand a language. The English language itself, you understand? It's not about the language anymore. It is about the culture, how we say, when he say, what he say, you understand, the timing, the event, and what he's saying. It can be sarcastic, you understand? which I am, sometimes or always, let's say I am a bit sarcastic, I always joke that there is a wise man said, you understand, a full man when his pocket is broken, you understand. There is a saying, let me get it right, you understand. A full man complains about a hole in his pocket.
Oh yeah.
The wise man used to scratch his ball. So